Dear folks, welcome to Mad Television Tycoon and to WB here on Writing Bull. The unofficial successor to Mad TV will be released on April 9th. It will then launch on AliExpress. The developer behind it is Eggcode. And that's the solo developer Stefan Pohl. The game is made in Germany. You're on WB here at Writing Bull. Live on Twitch. A few days earlier over Easter, I'll be streaming on Twitch. I have two pieces of good news for you. First, you're already in on the early access version. Greetings to the YouTube viewers who will be watching this the day after. I already have the early access build and we can get a first impression of the game. There was a very first impression back in January. That's when we were able to reveal the gameplay in a world exclusive. We were the first to play the game. We're starting a new series now on the map of Germany, which is available in the game. Second piece of good news. At release, the game will be available on Games Planet, my go-to shop partner, where you can get games from a reliable source, because they get their keys directly from the developers, and because they haven't just fallen off the back of a truck somewhere, but they're still cheaper than on Steam. I connected Stefan, the developer, with Games Planet. That's why I can personally vouch that the keys really come from him and, as I said, haven't just fallen off the back of a truck. Customer voucher code, have a discount code. Combined with a link, it will result in a special price. I'll put the link in the text description below on YouTube. On Twitch, it will be posted. I just don't know what the code is called yet, but I'll add it as soon as I have it. And that will be at launch on April 9th. I don't know the exact time. Usually it's later in the afternoon. I'll try to provide the info and add it there as well. Let's get started. Have fun, as I said. And we'll start with a new game. You'll be able to follow the game even if you don't know its predecessor, Mad TV. What the game is about, a mix of simulation and strategy. We're building a private TV station from scratch, competing against AI-run TV stations. It's kind of old school. It has a 1990s vibe in the outfits, the clothes, and the movies that are all included. A few neurons. There are also titles that are parodies, so the titles of series, movies, and so on are slightly changed. But the originals are still recognizable, and it's basically during the heyday of private television here. Multiplayer will also be available at release. And a big thank you. I'll briefly show on screen again that Stefan immortalized the Writing Bull community in the special thanks section of the credits. There were a lot of cool tips that came together during the streams and the YouTube videos. Many of your tips made it into the game. That's why I'm thanking Stefan here publicly on behalf of all of you for your contributions, so to speak. Let's get started, new game. We're making our own game with our own rules. You can tailor the gaming experience very much to your own preferences. You can do that with the roots, with this avatar, with the rat network. I'd gladly take another name suggestion. Please give a name suggestion for what we could be called. Before a better name comes up, just write in Bull Vision. Let's see if you can find something better. We can also go ahead and choose an icon up here by clicking on this. I really like the blue one that looks like a Rubik's Cube. I actually like that quite a lot. Name suggestions in the chat: Bull TV, WB TV, Bullman TV, Writing Bull. They keep getting longer and cooler. Bankruptcy Vulture. Manzi, I'll come over and give you a Bankruptcy Vulture in a moment. Bankruptcy Vulture. So you don't want Bull Vision, you'd prefer Bull TV, for example, right? We can still rename it. What would you like? WB TV. BTV Bulls. Oops. BTV Bulls TV, alright? Rocket Bulls TV, also very nice. Should I do it like that? Then I have both in there, BTV and Bulls TV. Then no one can complain. Then we can set a penalty for ourselves. By default, people tend to be more annoyed by it in movies. I would like to set it so that the oversaturation happens faster in teleshopping. I find teleshopping very annoying and don't want to use it. That's why we're taking a penalty that won't affect us. We'll leave it at the AI's default setting. Work starts. Normally the program runs from 12 to 11 PM. You can set that differently. I'd like to set it so that we start work at 9 AM. Then we won't be under time pressure, and otherwise it's from 12 to... It's also been shortened. I'd say we do it from 12 to 12. Oh, it can't go any further. That's a change from the earlier versions. It only goes until 11 PM now. Then we'll do it from 12 to 11 PM. Difficulty level, medium. We're starting with 200,000. That's relatively little. I hope the competition has the same. Location, not the USA map, not the map of Europe. We're taking the map of Germany. Currency, not dollars either, but guys, we could even use the Deutsche Mark. Then we'd have complete 1990s vibes. Personally, I'm for the euro. Now all the Deutsche Mark nostalgics are coming out. We started the backyard broadcaster level. There are 10 levels to reach. We're starting small and aiming big. You really want Deutsche Marks? Seriously now. All you old timers out there, quick, Euro or Deutsche Mark? Quick feedback while I set up the rest. Quick, Euro or Deutsche Mark? Please type in the word Euro or Deutsche Mark. Huge majority for Deutsche Mark. You guys are seriously nostalgic. That's unbelievable. Alright, we'll use the Deutsche Mark, the D-Mark. Backyard broadcaster, regeneration speed, how quickly titles become relevant again. We'll leave that on default balancing. Market offers as well. I don't know what that means. Victory conditions. I think those will come later with the early access version. I think there will be different victory types. That's multiplayer, that doesn't matter. Here you could set it matching the Deutsche Mark so that only movie titles from the 1990s and earlier are available. So newer movies wouldn't be included. Would you like that? Quick question. Only movies from the 1990s or later ones too? Quick feedback. Movies only through the 1990s or later ones too? Retro says, what does the chat say? The chat is split? Oh, really hard to say. Half and half. Then I'll leave it as the developer balanced it. I'll leave it as the developer balanced it. Then I won't have any problems with anything not running smoothly. Unlock all licenses. We don't do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to buy them. We'd be missing out on part of the gaming experience, and the same goes for the room updates. I won't do multiple advertising contracts either. I also don't open rooms in the clock on no pause mode. We'll leave that out. Those are changes to the rules. NPCs don't go bankrupt. NPCs, do we want to do that? That the two NPC broadcasters can't go bankrupt? Just to be safe, in case we run them into the ground. Just to be safe, so that we always have competition. Should they go bankrupt? Yes or no? Should our competitors go bankrupt? Yes or no? Very quickly. Should our competitors be able to go bankrupt? Yes or no? Chat clearly says they should be able to go bankrupt. That's capitalism. Alright. The rest stays as it is. Then we can also give names to our competitors. Blue Satellite TV or Green Channel. Can we come up with any funny alternatives that fit the button? We're competing against Pro 7. We are competing against Pro 7 and against RTV. We were able to do that. Tele5, we were able to compete against Tele5. HBQ mad. RTV is kind of like, then we'll call them RTV. Yeah, should we do that? Or SAT, we can compete against SAT. And we'll call them RTV. They call themselves RTV Cool. and the others have the advertising slogan ProSieben. Forever. Yeah, should we compete against them, against ProSieben Forever and against RTV Cool? Is that okay with you? ProSieben Heaven, that's better. ProSieben Heaven and RTV Cool. Is everything alright like this? So, okay. No complaints in the chat for once. We can do it that way, alright? Were they transferred now? Yes, and both have problems with movies. I'll give one of them some series problems instead. RTV gets saturated quickly. No, RTV gets saturated quickly because ProSieben always brings so many movies. They should, we'll gear them toward movies by giving them a series penalty. And with RTV, exactly the opposite. The series specialist gets oversaturated with movies. All clear? We're starting, guys. That's not a drawback, it's a bonus. No, the oversaturation... Oh, sing faster. It's true, it really is a bonus. Then we'll set it up for ourselves. Movies or series. Then we'll do exactly the opposite here. What should we go with? Should we focus more on movies or more on series at the start? Should we focus more on movies or on series? I think we'll probably focus more on series at the beginning, right? Yeah, the chat also says we should focus more on series. Alright. Should we do it like that? Chat nods. All good. Then let's start like this. And let the games begin. Here we are, day 1. Thank you so much for buying Television Tycoon. The game is in early access. Some features are not yet finished. There may be a few bugs or issues with the game balance. We will find them. Absolutely, we're going on a bug hunt. We talked to a gatekeeper and asked what's happening the next day. The show market is closed the next day. It doesn't matter since we don't have a license yet. We go over to our office. The others drove off right in front of us. Oh guys, I have to ask you something. Would you like the interface? Oh, I'll ask you that in a moment. The interface actually comes in 2 sizes. Normally I would have given you a larger interface. We'll check that in a moment. And here we are at our office. And I'll open the office. And this is the big interface that we use for streams. Personally, I work with a smaller version. I think this way you can see better. Do you mind if I show it like this? Is this a good screen size for you? A good font size? Then we'll work with that. And as far as I remember, it can't get any bigger. And as far as I remember, that's an advantage. A change. Is everything okay like this? Great. That's like in January. Well, I don't know if it can even get any bigger, but then I'd have trouble seeing it myself if I made it even bigger. Let's just leave it as it is. I don't know if it was like this last time too, that you already have a pre-made schedule on the first day. We'll see what we have in the archive. We have several films in the archive, 3 of them. 3 series. No shows yet, no live events. We still have to unlock all of those. No home shopping. A news block. Yes, it's already entered up here. There's some advertising. All prices are in DMARC. And an initial short program has been activated, which you can use to advertise something. I'll take the advertising out again for now. And let's see how we proceed. So having news up front is good. We still know that. The first time we already got familiar with it and explored where the pros and cons are, where some things go well or badly. We still remember from the first time we can't just ignore the fact that there's a news spike up here. So people here love it when you start the day with news. Series in the afternoon do well. Movies also do well here. I don't even remember the series here anymore. I'd say let's just redo everything. First, let's look for a thriller, something we can watch that fits the time of day. The thriller, James Pond, The Man with the Silver Colt, fits with Roger Moore and Christopher Lee. Oh, the original names are in there too. I would put that one down here. That should definitely fit. That's the version for ages 12 to 16. Then a comedy under a family film. Comedies pretty much always work. Family content pretty much always works too. We'll make a family movie in the afternoon, which will make sure that people get a bit, get their fill of movies. Then we'll continue with a series for now, also with family, with the Monster Family, and then we'll continue with an adventure series. When do documentaries air? When do documentaries usually air? Well, I think in the late afternoon program we like to schedule them there. We'll do those again here. Then we'll do another movie here and down here. Comedy Retreat is, well, these are more like series here. 6 to 7 p.m. We'll put some more series in there. The comedy comes in the late evening, but I think I would actually do it the other way around. The thriller in the late evening, the comedy earlier, and put the news in again at 7 p.m. Let's do that. And here we'll add another series. The best series we have is Shogun, an adventure series set in Japan. I enjoyed it as a kid. The series with Richard Chamberlain, there he is. Orson Welles was in it too, I don't even remember that. And that also had the highest rating, 2.5 stars. That's really good, so we'll put it right here at the front. Shogun twice, with the documentary and the family in between. The family series is, oh look, the adventure series only has 4 episodes, so we'll take family twice here. Family, 2x family documentary, adventure, news, comedy, thriller. Rinko Rano subscribed at tier 3, slid right in, renewed the subscription with a bang for the 39th month, for the 39th time, and at tier 3 are Chantal, thank you to Chantal, Sky Seagull Jack. And for the 72nd sub too, happy Easter to you, thank you. So we'll leave everything as it is. And now we need to arrange ads for that, and we need to roughly estimate which ads will bring in how much money. I also found a little note with information from the last stream when we started doing this stream series. And the numbers, why should I pretend to be clueless? I'll just use them again now. That means, for example, that the news broadcast at 12 usually attracts 1.5 million viewers. Then we have 3 series in a row at 1 and 2 p.m. We have a movie at 1 and 2 p.m. and series at 3, 4 and 5 p.m. After the news, they usually do a little better at about 300,000 viewers because the news still pulls along a bit. And after that, we had several times 100,000 viewers that we get on average every 5. Then we're at 6 p.m. Oh, we always had the news broadcast at 6 p.m., not at 7 p.m. Then I'll remove Shogun and put the news up front here. And we'll put Shogun here. That should fit. Then at 6 p.m. we have the news. Back then we always had 500,000 viewers. Do I have an AI that tells me everything? No, I only have the WB helper who coaches me. WB coaches himself. Then we have the 2 movies. And depending on the quality of the movies, how many points do they have? That's a 2.3 movie. That's a 2.4. We've always said the standard is about 2.0. And then we should get this here. Uh, 22:23. Oh, it actually goes until midnight. It doesn't start until 11 p.m. That's why it lasts until midnight. Nothing actually changed. I take it back. And then I guess around 7 p.m. that's prime time. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Those are the 3 blocks. I'd estimate about 250 that we'll get about that many. 250,000 viewers, and then we have another movie. And based on our experience last time, I'd estimate one at 200,000 and one at 150,000 viewers. Those were the estimates from last time. And we'll try to work with that. Let's see if it works, okay? Great. Of all times, my pen stops working now. I'm thrilled. I need a new one. I need an apprentice. WB needs a pen. Alright, let's go in. Now we'll pick out the right ad for us. Unfortunately, the ad we have is pretty weak. Here, minimum viewers, 0 for each. We could send those out with Conrad Electronic up front here. Or we just accept the penalty, the 15,000 DM one. They use him twice here, Kratzel. Then I'd rather pay a 5,000 euro fine. 10,000 DM fine. And they bring in 5,000 DM, that's so ridiculously little. That's not worth it at all. We could use them. Let's hop over for a moment. And let's go watch the commercials. Let's go over to the ad market. Let's go up to the advertising agency. Fleeta writes, I can hardly wait until the game comes out. Here we are. And let's see what we have in the program. Let's sort by viewer requirements. From most viewers to fewer. Yeah. And let's make a decision. So for the news program, we should get 1.5 million viewers. They took my estimate from back then. I hope that's correct. So we could invest in La Croco, Problem La Croco, then we'll get 5 spots right away. We'll be locked in for 5 days. And they have to run for 6 days, and if we don't get any news twice in a row because the newsroom is closed for renovations, then we're really screwed. Then we have to pay a penalty of 1 million. Then we're as good as bankrupt. That's why I'm kind of reluctant to do it, and above all, 375 is actually too little for me. I'd like to have more. First, we'll get the 250,000 that we had budgeted for the films. We can just go with Nutella for that. Kit Kat has an average price of 133,000 to 150,000 per slot up here. Surfer says it's because we have Germany instead of the US if the numbers don't work. Well, I think that's unchanged on the maps, I think. But I'm not sure. We can also go in carefully. You know what? We'll just go take a look. I'll go out again. We'll just check on the map. On the map of TV stations. To check for differences from the other map. The tower. Let's check it out. Ich glaube, das hat spieltechnisch ist das gleich. Nein, die Sendetürme haben heute geschlossen. Nee, die haben nur gerade geschlossen. Die machen wahrscheinlich um 10 Uhr auf. Müssen bis 10 Uhr warten. Ich gehe mal schnell in der Spielgeschwindigkeit drauf. Jetzt gehen wir mal gucken. Das ist die Deutschlandkarte und wir starten hier oben mit maximaler Reichweite. In ganz Deutschland 81 Millionen. Und wir erreichen hier 2,2. Boah, ich weiß nicht mehr, wie das war. Genau, auf der USA-Karte. Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Es kann sein, dass wir andere Zahlen bekommen. Wir müssen uns vielleicht wirklich rantasten. So können wir uns, also wir starten in Schleswig-Holstein, ganz klein, mit gerade mal 2 Millionen Zuschauern. USA waren mehr nach deiner Erinnerung. Also ich habe sogar in Erinnerung, wir hätten nur 1,7 Millionen gehabt damals zum Start. Let's start small on the first day. Let's start small. There were 6 million in my servers. That would be crazy, of course. That's probably why all the prices are lower than usual. Then I would say let's go with La Croco for the news. Regenbogen helps and is already watching WBTV. Then we'll go with La Croco for the news. Oh, that goes down here for now. Then we've got the news covered. Now let's approach this carefully. And we'll take a few 62,000 spots. One, we'd rather come back again later. We'll take a 62,000 spot. We'll take a 125,000 spot from Lenoa that pays well. I think that's all about a quarter less than usual. Let's just do that for now. Leave the room. Go back up. Let's get the news, yes. Here we are. Bye, Italy is on strike again. We only need one news item. Go back out again. And should we already go buy some series and do some filming? Film market, film and series market. So let's go take a look. The State Media Authority unlocks new things for us. Jan. So let's see what we buy and sort by. We'll just take the movies for now and sort them by their ratings. They're all not by rating, but by potential from bad to good. We have one. How much money do we have? We have 195,000 D-Mark. Let's check out the series first, little one. None of us can afford it. None of us can afford it. Sort here as well by potential, by quality. Chuck Norris. RIP. Chuck Norris, recently deceased. Walker, Texas Ranger is what it's called here, was Bullhorn. Indeed, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Bad Lady, the B-Mojo, and Mr. Eddie. None of us can afford that. We could start saving money for that. Then let's buy one. What could be a cheap movie? Well, we can't afford that one. Conan the Destroyer, 63,500. That means per day it's 2,540. Wait, we need to get a feel for this first. We first need to get a sense of what we can actually afford. I would start small with 2.0. Yeah, 2.0 Ghoulies Part 3. The one up here is only 2.8 as well. We'll take a 2.0. A horror movie. That's obviously dumb. Rated 16 and up. We could use that one. During the late night show, right in the middle, we could go ahead and get that one. How much money goes into that? Isn't that crazy? What does daily 1380 mean? I have no idea. License fees that we pay? We buy the movie for 34,000 I have to pay. Yeah, I don't have to write that in capital letters, nobody likes that. That's clear, I have to pay the red one. But the question is, what do I have to pay? Do I have to pay the 34,000? Do I have an option to pay in installments? Like both. Do you mean I have to pay 34,000 and also 1,380 every day? As long as I keep the movie. New game feature. That could be. You pay a one-time fee and also have to pay a daily charge. Those didn't exist before. So you're motivated to sell movies again if you don't use them anymore. In the chat, it says that comedies are very popular right now. It says so up there. The trend will last for another 6 days. Yeah, but this is crazy here. I'd like to buy the Ghoulies. We can afford them. One Ghoulies ticket for tomorrow. And one ticket for 2.0 Psycho. Psychological. With Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, Vera Miles. For 1.8, that would also be a thriller though. That one could also be rated for ages 12 and up. You could also show it in the evening. James Bond, another James Bond movie. And that's a 2.0, then we'll finally get a James Bond series. We'll buy that one too. Yes, the money will be completely deducted. Ah, and there are the daily license costs. Credit limit 400,000. We currently have a loan of 300,000. Wow. We have a loan of 300,000. Intense. We started with 200,000 and we had a loan of 300,000. We pay 45,000 on the loan every day. That's just insane. Transmission towers also cost 67,000 every day. Alright, let's back out for a moment. I hope we get some money from advertising. He's going down to the archive. I just got a bit startled there. Atlant recommends always starting on the channel. Put everything into storage, then take it out once. Enter the messages. That's where we arrive. Manage messages. We'll pull them in here. Why won't it let me drag it in? Now go. Drag and drop doesn't work. Double click doesn't work either. Do I need to drag it to the left? It won't drag. What's going on now? Not for sale. I don't even want to sell it. I want to use Italian Strike again. I can't drag the messages in. Right click. I just exit out of there. Left click, double click and drag and drop all don't work. What's happening? Drag and drop always works. Ah, there's Stefan in the chat. Say hi to Stefan. He's in the chat under the nickname Eggcode. Greetings to Stefan. No need to archive messages anymore. Just take the item directly from inventory. Oh, I have to get them back from the archive. Alright. Get them back from the archive. Show archive. There are the messages. Put the messages back into the personal history. Go back out again. The developer already got a gifted subscription. Now I'm dragging them in here. Drag it on the left. Yes. I need to drag it in from the left. Okay, it worked. Now out again. And over to the office. Now it's time for some puzzling. For the news, the news is up here. For the commercials, let's sort by price. No, by the number of viewers. We'll put La Croco up here. I have the impression that everything is about a quarter compared to the US map, expensive and so on. And then we'll wait and see how many viewers we actually have. Then we'll sort something suitable for it. If I had to guess, I'd say Rotbäuchchen would work up here and La Croco here. But let's wait and see. It starts in half an hour. In half an hour things will get going here. Then it starts here, then the broadcast begins, and then we'll see the first results and find out if we're right. Before we do that, a quick commercial break, no joke. A quick plug for our own stuff, a little commercial break. And as you know, I have an equipment sponsor, that's Asus, ROG, Republic of Gamers. And the music here in the game is really cool, let's listen to it. And if you want to hear it clearly all the time, better than say right now, then our community expert Marcel, who's our hardware expert, has a little tip for you. A short 2-minute ad break.
In my opinion, the best gaming headset from ROG is the ROG Delta 2. I'm even more excited now because there's a white version that I can show you. ROG is known for high-quality, durable products, and that's also true for the Delta 2. The headset weighs 318 grams and it's very sturdy and well built. You can already see it on the headband and mesh fabric. The package includes 2 sets of earpads made from different materials. So you can choose between noise-isolating PU leather earpads and breathable mesh fabric earpads. The 50mm titanium diaphragm drivers deliver crisp, detailed highs and reduced distortion for a true-to-life sound. I especially like the specially tuned sound signature of the Delta 2. Thanks to the LC3 codec with a wide frequency range from 20Hz to 20 kHz, you can experience realistic and balanced sound in the game. A highlight is the microphone quality, which usually leaves much to be desired in gaming headsets. The detachable 10mm boom microphone of the next generation covers a wider frequency range to capture every nuance of your voice without peaks or distortion. 3 different connection modes ensure compatibility with PCs, Macs, PlayStation 4 and 5, the Nintendo Switch, Xbox consoles, as well as your mobile devices. You can choose between Bluetooth, ROG Speed Nova, 2.4 GHz wireless technology with extremely low latency, or a 3.5mm jack connection. The battery life varies depending on the type of connection, ranging from 140 to 110 hours with the RGB lighting turned off. I think it's especially cool that you can play audio from 2 devices connected via 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth at the same time, so you can listen to a podcast or music while gaming, for example. While playing, you can seamlessly answer calls with the press of a button on the ear cup. With the Armoury Crate software, the Aura RGB lighting can be synchronized with other Aura Sync-enabled devices. The latest generation of Armoury Crate software, in my opinion, offers significant improvements and makes configuring the Delta 2 much easier.
Music. I'm always amazed at how many facts Marcel can rattle off about hardware. He really knows his stuff. Before we continue, just a quick note. The link to the product is available on YouTube. It was just posted below in the text description on Twitch. Asus pretty much supplies all my gear, not just my PC but also 3 monitors, the nice mouse I'm holding here and lots of other stuff linked to my hardware. There's also a page with details on all the gear down below on YouTube. And on Twitch, you can get that by typing !PC there. Now it keeps going. Until next time, music. We're back in the game and now we'll wait through the ads. I'll go ahead and check the time. Let's hope everything works out. We're up here in the office. I'll turn on the TV. And there's the test pattern. Much love to RX210 for the second subscription. Greetings to you. Thanks again to Black Panther for gifting a subscription. To Stefan. Developer Stefan Paul, who goes by the nickname Eggcode, is in the Twitch chat. Eggcode, that's the name of his developer studio. X is interested. So we're about to get started a bit faster. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on with the news. And we have a reach of 488,000, and we have Croak in there. We bought advertising for 375,000 viewers. That means we can estimate we don't have a good day nor a bad one. We have a relatively good day. Up front on the right, you can see that it's raining. People are watching TV right now. That means we should maybe count on 450,000, right? Or rather 400,000, we're planning on 400,000 for that section. Yes? I can make myself smaller, no problem, sorry. And then we know that everything has about a third, a quarter, or a third. Then we'd have Rotmeerschen, we had estimated 300,000, Rotmeerschen has 62,000, that would fit. Music, we know it's always a quarter. Then we would have Lanoa with the 125,000 viewers. That should actually fit with the news block down here. A Lanoa commercial. We would have that. Then we just need the blocks in between. We've already used anything marked in yellow once. Anything with a green check mark has already been used up completely. Well, Croco can only be used again tomorrow. There's not enough for today. Can you schedule the news for now? And place the Croco advertisement once. Und Daishi, 3 years with us. Thanks for the 36-month sub. Greetings to Daishi. Well, I would maybe not use Faber, Carzel and Conrad Electronic at all and rather pay the penalty. That brings in so little money. We can't do anything else here now. I would go search the studio again now. We'll leave these in here for now and we'll go search again. Music. For other ads we can distribute. Netta thinks the surfer music here is really cool. Music assignment from music. But since we have Stefan in the chat, dear Stefan, I have the impression that the series and movie prices are not adjusted to the map. That would mean that the level of difficulty is higher on smaller maps than on larger ones. Is that actually the case, or is that just a wrong impression of mine? ARD text on behalf, hello Gruff Soccer, how do I know how many viewers there are at what time? I'll just assume that the numbers are similar to those of our series that we had in January. Music ARD, we sort by the number of viewers. I know music I have, dann würde ich bei ARD text on behalf of Funk hinhauen mit Valentina und Wirk. Eher nicht, das würde knapp nicht hinkommen. Wir könnten 5-mal Lossmann nehmen. ARD Text Commission. Wir gehen tatsächlich, wir hoffen, dass wir immer rechtzeitig rauf und runter kommen. Wir wechseln ins Büro. The advertising revenues are the same. That's what Weiss is asking about right now. They match the number of viewers, but the viewer numbers are actually lower. Let's wait and see. It's 12:37 now. I'll switch to a higher game speed. Let's see how many viewers there are. Maybe the Lococo commercial will come up. It usually comes up in my last 5 minutes. Let's see how many we'll have by 1 p.m. Stefan explains that earnings and expenses, everything related to money, should be adjusted to the maps. Wait, no, it's exactly the opposite. Earnings, expenses, everything related to money should be about the same. Only the ratings are adjusted, or rather, how many viewers a commercial needs to have. That means the maps are equally difficult. Okay, that means I took out just as much credit, but I'm paying the interest here. I'm paying it up front. Well, where does it say that? I'm paying interest of 0.000 per day on a loan of 300,000, and that's the same on every map. So I end up suffering more under this loan on a Germany map because the card is smaller and because every day, if I work smart, I can earn less, right? Or am I seeing this wrong? Until you've typed the answer, let's go ahead and make the jump here together. 1, move on. It's 1 p.m. now, and the new program Bambi. Bambino gives us what kind of ratings? 300,000. Ekroth says everything should be equally difficult, but the other testers say Germany is the hardest. Thank you very much. Many thanks to the chat. The chat requested the Germany map. Germany is the hardest. Great, thank you. Many thanks to the chat that requested the Germany map. That really helped me a lot. So let's see, we have 300,000 viewers, and how many viewers does Rotbäuschen need? 62,000, then I'll put them up here in the front. That means here we need 300,000, that's really a lot. Is the movie really that sensational? No. Then let's look for a 250,000 one. Then, what else do we have here? We did that one, we did that one. We can't do that one yet. Let's leave that. We need to go look for a 300 Addy. Let's dash over there. Hopefully this goes well here. We're arriving there. We have sorted spectators there. And at 300,000 we would get a Nutella commercial. That should work. Are there any restrictions? No adult content? We can get those already. It's now marked in red because it's placed down here. Blue beige. Amaranth. Go down. To the archive. Dear soccer fans, please stick to the topic of the stream, and don't let just a few people discuss soccer back and forth in the 23er ping pong. Please stay on topic. All items to the archive. Leave the room. Over here, please. Over here, please. And one Nutella commercial. 250,000 viewers over here. That should work. That should bring us some money. 150,000 exactly. There's no sports on WB, just Bambi. A young fawn grows up in the forest, experiences friendship, loss and dangers, and learns about responsibility and the circle of life. Bambi is played by Hardy Albright. in a fur costume. No, those are the voice actors. The commercials are coming up next. And how many viewers do we have? 300,000. Nutella worked out. Money is coming into the till. And now Bambi is on again, and now Bambi is on again with 300,000 viewers. I'm stunned. That many? Wow. I'm absolutely thrilled. We can work something out again with a 250 ad. We'll do that too, right away, immediately.